Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to reigns Her Majesty. I'm afraid at this point getting tired of saying that there have been more of a prolonged break between the last recording and this one, but once again that has happened. So anything I may have actually really started to learn in the first couple episodes, I may very well have forgotten in between, although I think I remember most of it. You're trying to keep everything in the middle. We're going through this narrative that maybe has to do with the dear crown, dear god maiden goddess with a crown. I don't even remember what it was called. We are slowly trying to get all of these royal deeds done, and we probably will get all of the memento moris done regardless whether we try or not, and we're slowly unlocking characters. The All-Mother is the character I'm trying to mention. Yeah, I just think you probably will see all these characters, although it is possible that there is just pass that if you don't unlock, you just won't unlock, and before you just get bored with it. We have like this blank spell book we haven't done anything with. We have this chicken bone we haven't done anything with. Sarah the Bloodless died famously, forever an icon to disobedient women. The people hope Queen Griselle will be the ideal of motherhood they had desired. So I wonder if even in this first white card, there is a hint that we are supposed to be closer to a more matronly queen this time, and that'll give us some bonus. We're still trying to meet the explorer, recruit the merchant, and restore the mechanical owl. The king may allow you your girlish ideas, but take care not to cross the church. We have no use for a domineering woman. So they start you off very quickly there. Of course. Cross, get it? Which, I almost feel like we have to go in the religious path in this run. Because if you don't just change up what your basic decision is, you're never going to go in different directions. So it's really not so much a role-playing game as it is playing all the roles. It's almost an acting game, or a strategy game. I could potentially try and throw the perfume at him just to start here. Now, it does bring about an interesting argument that the Reign series, I guess, loses its meaning if you're not playing as a royalty, whether it's a king or queen. So you can't make a sequel to the original Reigns game where you were instead in charge of the church. Well, you probably could have. You would have just had to have been playing like a pope or something that is the equivalent of the pope. And then you could certainly then lay down the path to have 5 sequels or 4 sequels after the first game, in which one time you play as a religious leader like a pope, and then one time you play as a down with the populist leader, I suppose would be the right term there, kind of revolutionary. And then one time you would be more of a military dictator, and they would be in charge of the military. And then one time you'd be more of a oligarch, capitalistic oligarch, and you'd be in charge of the country in like a corporatocracy. Also, if you go down that route, that does open up the possibility of setting it up in different environments and different time frames, because you'd almost assume that a capitalist corporatocracy oligarchy would take place in maybe a more advanced time frame than your standard medieval feeling reign. Alright, I seek a cure for the foul curse that has kept me awake for centuries. Please help me before I kill again. How? Not interested. Okay. This is the vampire Lord DuPont. The only cure is a magic spell written down in an ancient book lost in time. Alas, oh. Oh well. Well, let's see. Let's give the blank spell book. There's nothing in this book at all. This cannot help. Alas, my queen, I'm doomed. Well then. Chicken bone? Didn't do anything. Why are you throwing things around for no reason? What are you trying to achieve? Never mind. Yes, no. Let's go with no. Other researchers don't take me seriously. Please make a royal speech to glories the virtues of science. Sure. You cannot let that mad one shout sciences from every windows. Let me lecture in the palace on a godly life. Yes, no. Let's just say yes to everything. Yeah. I think this, what happens here is you basically should just say yes to everything if you can. Man claiming to be a great explorer is here to see you. He's handsome. Please let me invite him in. Let me see him. So there we met the explorer. Beautiful queen with new cards. Let me honor your name with my discoveries. With your funding, I may explore new worlds. Ooh. It's time to organize a feast of spring to plenty. Well, it's time for you to organize it. Yes. No. Let's go with yes. This supposed vampire must be a devil sent to test us. You must be strong and pure. Okay. Should this demon approach you, brandish a holy object? Cardinal Vincennes says. But he didn't give me a holy object. Your flagrant expenses have left our kingdom destitute. I guess we better escape. What? What? And that gave me the Mad Queen ending when I should have just taken the ran out of money ending. There's a real argument here to turning off the sound effects. Voiceover, as it's labeled here. Although, oddly with the controller, there doesn't seem to be an actual way to toggle it off. Nope. So, I'd have to use the mouse cursor, and ironically the mouse cursor doesn't show up. So we'll just have to live with this. Symbols of Gracilia, the patron's sad death, will forever be part of the folk holidays. Queen Juliet takes the throne. The high acclaimed legends of her beauty eclipse all news. Eventually this were like eventually these will start to just repeat. The names will repeat the initial hints. Should we invest or should we divest? Let's invest. Lady of the Wood saw you keep the spring plenty. She asks you to bless the treasury. Sure. Let's see. We are the richest rulers of all time. Let's ride into a jeweled carriage worth the entire kingdom's fortune. What? So in 2 moves, I've lost. And that just doesn't seem right. Like, the game shouldn't be that poorly balanced that you can just straight up die with 2 moves. Trying to upgrade our clock. Julia's death will be forever remembered in the mournful river paintings. Queen Chelsea takes the throne following a long drought Let's turn the economy into chaos. Found this weird old clock in my lab. Looks like a star-shaped gears. I think it's Western. Would you like to have it? Thank you. Yes. And see, it really feels like the reason why we got this strange clock is because we're at 1091 as far as the year, and that some of these elements just unlock based on how far ahead in time you go. So if you were going to speedrun this game, you very possibly should just pick all left or all right answers just to as quickly as possibly get the year up and not even try to unlock anything else or have any other strategy. A beautifully embellished clock with intricate parts designed in a Western pattern. It's in need of restoration. The book, it has a sacred art. May I take a closer look, my lady? Give it to me. See, all of a sudden now, we're able to upgrade the book with an actual spell. What? This came from the All Mother herself? Oh, you must consult my mistress, the Lady of the Wood. The All Mother versus the Lady of the Wood. Oh well. Some say she takes animal form. I will write a spell in this book so that you may help you find her. Yes. So now we have the red spell book. The book turned red when the acolyte marked it. You notice impressions of animals in the leather cover. Alright, so now we have a cat. Let's use the red spell book. You can understand I? Why does a human want to talk to I? What's it like being a cat? Can you help me? Alright, let's go with can you help me? Oh, me understand. You seek the Lady of the Wood who moves through the animal kingdom as one of us. Yes. You are not the devil. So now we've completed the Magi. It's no good asking I. Me was born inside the city walls. Can you fetch a fox? They are often wise in the woods. I'll try. Pet her. Pet her. The petting is weird. Please stop, she says, evading you. Pardon me, Your Highness, but I have a cousin who works on a new form of science. Will you invite her to the court? Sure. So now we've unlocked the philosopher, and really it feels like you are going to just start unlocking everything just because we're over 1090. Greetings, Queen. As an alchemist, I transform materials from our universe. I'll get started. Amazing. It's the latest of fashion for the Queen to wear foxtail. I shall bring you a whole rack of foxes. Racks on racks. I need a live fox. Oh, he says disappointing. I'll go get one from my trap. Let's see. Can you not help out a little? If you do even one religious class, the Holy Father will be pleased with me. Okay. Let's go with okay on that. Let's begin with some facts. Why are women cursed to be weaker than men? They eat too much fruit. Forget this. Alright. So we're assuming that this is just straight up based on Christianity. I guess across hints to that, too. Very good. And can you explain why the crown must give shares of its gold to the church every month to buy more relics? Never mind, I quit. I assume something's going to come out from behind all of this. Something like that. Finally, why must the queen always dress in modest garb? To avoid temptation. The Holy Father would be glad to know you finished the first class. Now you must come to the second one. What? We had a deal. Let's go with we had a deal. He quickly glides away before you can confront him. Let's see, I see you learned the biggest lesson of all about this church. They always lie, and you can never make them go away. I see. Okay. Alright, now let's... Before we run out of Well, relationship with the church. Let's talk to this fox. We can talk. It's magic. By your hand, I was freed from the hunter's trap. Kind queen, any favor that I may grant you, ask. The lady of the wood, can I pet you? To the lady of the wood, a fox is no one special, but if you meet me under the sign of Cancer, I can lead you to her. So now apparently we have to find a fox multiple times, and we'll just try and find the fox always. But it has to be under the sign of Cancer. Thank you. With alchemy, I can create great wealth for your kingdom. We just need a fragment of bone. Do you have one? Yes, I do. So the scrap of bone shall do nicely. Now I'll extract the earthen matter within to start the process. Good luck. And then we ran out of church relationship. I simply cannot allow a scandalous queen like you to remain on the throne, you heathen. Ways spell treason. Let's go ahead and go with the royal perfume. Strange, suddenly you always seem quite charming. Forgive me, my queen. Thanks. I tried the royal winery. What a great grape. Let's send some in tribute to the lady of the wood. Sure. Reflecting of expenses have left the kingdom destitute. We better escape. And we can lose. The savage hounds that once obeyed you now chase you into the woods. You are never entirely found. Is that because we ran out of money? Yeah. So, are we under the sign of Cancer? I don't know. But it does feel like you're going to have to repair the clock, because it feels like the clock is the thing you're going to need to rewind this menu back. Either that or it just keeps on going around in circles. And we still have a lot of stuff to do, and it's not really worth it to check each time. Chelsea, the philosopher's brutal death, is forever an example of poetic justice. Queen Rachel's marriage celebration brings a period of national anxiety to a close. Let's build a royal zoo to tribute your tenderness. Sure. We got the music playing again. Oddly. Because it kind of stopped in my first playthrough after a while. Although maybe I walked away and it plays the music after 10 minutes of gameplay and then stops playing after about an hour of being paused. He keeps buying himself some sets of gilded armor he'll never wear. Please make him stop. I will. You try. Guess I'll go with I will. Thanks to your help, I can now turn lead into gold. I think, what should I add to this flask? Cordite, peat. Well, I guess cordite is closer to having lead in it than peat is. Although alchemy really wouldn't matter too much there. But even in alchemy, I'd think cordite is smarter than peat. But also, you have to notice here that this storyline is continuing from the previous run. So the premise that each run might be a full reboot of interactions or taking you back to step one on certain paths doesn't actually seem to be the case. There's a loud explosion and possibly you ended up collecting piles of free gold. The time has come for us to heap honors upon our great great queen. Will you hear them? I guess the answer is obviously. Her Majesty is a beacon of piety and purity in the sea of pagan desire and heathenness, evenness. Oh, you? Okay, let's go with yes. With the Queen's own royal zoo is now completed. Will you have an inaugural tour? Already over it. Alright, let's go ahead and use our spell book. Why do you work as a queen? Would you not rather lie down and eat? What happens if I say yes here? Let's go with yes, because I'm about to max everything out and lose again. Scarlet rash has laid all the city low. The people are asking a visit from your Majesty. Let's go with yes. That'll probably get me infected. You comfort sick children in the villages. Later, you notice an itch. Oh, Queen, let us be true friends. Tell me, is there anyone in the court you love in secret? Well, I love the king. Like, and this is a weird choice because we don't have any backstory, so well might be more interesting than I love the king, so let's go with that. Is it your husband's master of the hunt? It's true. Why would we pick him? No. Is it the acolyte from the Woods cult who danced hand in hand with you on your coronation? No. Let's just go with no. Then can it be me? I mean, what does this really get us? Let's go with yes. She pretends not to believe you, only shouting, oh. Whenever you wish to discuss secret love, show me the royal perfume. That will be our signal. Yes. It's a secret love signal. Then who is your heart and your heart and mind? Come closer. My queen. Let's see. Let's see what happens if we go no here. Brave explorer from far away. Perhaps I'll guess it another time, she says coyly. So potentially I can now unlock romance paths to other characters. How I hate a long day's work, my queen. Please let us work shorter days, but with less time off. Sure. Oh my. Oh, but your skin is so red. Oh no. I'm feeling dizzy too. The plague. Toughen up. The Red Plague. The kingdom is suddenly succumbing to the ravages of the Red Plague. Which, I guess this is a special event. At year 11. My lady, I feel faint. I have the chills. I feel the affliction with the vampire's curse too. Help me. What do I do? Go to church. You look fine. Let's go with go to church. Looks almost disappointed by the constructive advice. This illness is what comes from a certain royal family's lack of piety and ill heritage. I know. Who's that? To my great shame, I am ill and I cannot take you riding. It's okay. As the church grows in power here, more pilgrims are visiting the capital. Should we impose a tourist tax? Yes. There's now attacks on pilgrims. Wonderful idea. And of course, you plan to grant the church our share. No. I'm trying to balance things out. I want to present my theory, a world made of plates at the Philosopher's Summit. Can you send me? Sure. Doctor's weird theories gave the court an odd reputation. Flagrant expenses have left the kingdom destitute. I guess we'd better escape. Yeah, and we still don't really have anything else we can do to avoid that. And take note that the music only lasted about 5 minutes before it stopped playing again. So the game basically seems to have only 5 minutes of music. For someone who has played as much Binding of Isaac as I have, I should be able to recognize these symbols and figure out which one is Cancer, but I really couldn't tell you which one it is. Wait a minute. It seems to me like there might be a way here to twist things around and maybe go all the way back. Seems like I can get to 114, so maybe there's straight up a point here where we're just gonna have to rewind time or replay scenarios, and maybe throughout these same scenarios, that's where you accomplish something. Yeah, I guess that's a possibility. Definitely doesn't feel like we're making as much progress as we should when the game is not really giving you a lot. Here we've got another bits of music starting. It feels like you should probably be locked completely out of one death after the first death, and then the game could progress a lot better if it was more of an idea that throughout your run of a roguelike game, you will experience each death once and exactly once, and you have to experience each death to connect to a path of understanding and growth. That would be really cool. But it's not really what's happening here. Interesting that the royal cat has the first portrait. We also have an other cat. But we definitely haven't seen the farmer very often. And we definitely have several more characters to unlock and portraits to unlock. And the number of cards to unlock is shockingly high, which makes me really wonder if there isn't a just really late game experience here, because potentially the first Reigns game was probably fairly short after you've done everything. I had no interest at all of playing Reigns anymore after I'd pretty much had the full experience, or the main storyline experience. So if there was another whole game behind that first mainline story experience and another 1,000 years potentially of playing Reigns, I totally would have missed it. The other thing I suppose that could happen here is that maybe just surviving to an old age might unlock a whole bunch of cards, or maybe just getting past 1,000 years may unlock a bunch of cards. But it's odd that any amount of secrets that is this large, because it really feels like there's probably 1,000 cards and we haven't even gotten 200 of them. So if there's like 500 cards extra in this game, it feels like they should have teased that in some way. They should have told you that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of cards after a certain point in the game that unlocks. Well, I am desperately trying to make shorter episodes, as YouTube keeps telling me to make shorter episodes. So that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.